Welcome to Calm Echoes Podcast, your gentle companion for peaceful nights. Tonight we begin a soothing journey through the wisdom of great thinkers, exploring how failure is not an end, but a stepping stone on the path to growth. Let the gentle rhythm of our voices wash over you, like the soft lapping of waves on a tranquil shore. Allow yourself to drift, to unwind, to release the day's tensions. We'll explore how even in moments of perceived setbacks, there lies the potential for profound learning and new beginnings. Just breathe and let go.
If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. As we delve into the thoughts of those who have contemplated life's complexities, allow your mind to soften and your body to relax. Imagine yourself nestled amongst a bed of soft moss, beneath the gentle rustling of leaves. The air is cool and calm, carrying the faint scent of wildflowers. Failure, as we'll discover, isn't a destination but a temporary pause, a moment to reflect and gather strength before continuing our journey. Embrace this moment of stillness, and let the whispers of wisdom guide you towards a peaceful slumber.
The world often tells us that failure is something to be feared, something to avoid at all costs. But what if we could shift our perspective and see it instead as a teacher, a guide? Think of a gentle stream flowing down a mountainside. It doesn't always take a straight path. Sometimes it meanders. Sometimes it encounters obstacles. Yet, it always continues to flow, eventually finding its way to the vast ocean. Our journeys, too, are rarely linear, filled with twists and turns. And that's perfectly all right. Embrace the ebb and flow of life, knowing that each experience, whether perceived as a success or a setback, holds a valuable lesson.
The greatest thinkers, the philosophers and poets who have pondered the human condition for centuries, often found wisdom in the face of adversity. They understood that the path to growth is not always smooth, and that it is through our challenges that we discover our true strength. Imagine yourself walking through a peaceful forest, the sunlight dappling through the leaves. The air is fresh and clean, carrying the scent of pine and earth. Let go of the need to strive, to push, to force. Simply allow yourself to be present in this moment, cradled by the gentle sounds of nature.
We'll be exploring the wisdom of these thinkers, uncovering the lessons they've learned from their own experiences with what might be perceived as failure. Their insights, like soft whispers in the quiet of the night, can offer us comfort and guidance as we navigate our own journeys. Imagine a vast, starlit sky stretching endlessly above you. Each star, a tiny point of light, contributes to the breathtaking beauty of the whole. Similarly, each experience, each moment, contributes to the rich tapestry of our lives.
As you listen to the stories and insights we'll be sharing, allow yourself to sink deeper into relaxation. Imagine lying on a soft bed of clouds, drifting gently across the sky. There's nowhere to be, nothing to do, but simply be present in this moment of tranquility. Let go of any worries or anxieties, and allow the soothing sounds of our voices to lull you into a state of peaceful repose. Failure, we'll learn, is not the opposite of success, but a necessary part of the journey.
We'll discover how resilience is born not from the absence of challenges, but from the ability to rise again, stronger and wiser, after each perceived setback. Think of a delicate wildflower pushing its way through the cracks in the pavement. It doesn't give up. It persists, driven by an inherent life force. We too possess this inner strength, this capacity to overcome obstacles and continue to grow.
So settle in, breathe deeply, and allow yourself to be carried away on a journey of gentle exploration. We'll uncover the hidden gifts that lie within our perceived failures, and discover how these experiences can shape us into the people we are meant to be. As you drift off to sleep, remember that you are held, you are loved, you are safe. And in the quiet stillness of the night, may you find peace and rest. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Imagine a single leaf, drifting on a slow-moving stream, carried gently by the current. It meanders this way and that, sometimes caught in a small eddy, sometimes swirling in a gentle spiral, but always moving forward, always progressing on its journey. Think of the leaf's journey like the path of our lives. Sometimes smooth, sometimes turbulent, but always leading us forward. The greatest thinkers understood that life, like the stream, has its ebbs and flows, its moments of stillness, and its moments of movement. They knew that what might seem like an ending is simply a bend in the river, a new direction unfolding.
Picture a vast, silent forest bathed in the soft glow of twilight. The air is still and cool, carrying the faint scent of pine and damp earth. The trees stand tall and silent, their branches reaching towards the heavens like ancient arms embracing the sky. Each tree has weathered storms, endured harsh winters, and yet, they stand resilient, a testament to the enduring power of nature. The greatest thinkers, like these trees, understood that resilience is not about avoiding challenges, but about weathering them with grace and emerging stronger on the other side.
Think of the vast expanse of the ocean, its surface shimmering under the moonlight. The waves rise and fall in a rhythmic dance, a continuous ebb and flow, a constant reminder of the cyclical nature of existence. The ocean, deep and vast, holds within its depths a world of hidden wonders, just as our lives hold a reservoir of untapped potential. The greatest thinkers understood this vastness, this potential, and they knew that perceived failures are merely opportunities for growth, for diving deeper into the wellspring of our own being.
Visualize a field of wildflowers, a tapestry of colors stretching as far as the eye can see. Each flower, unique in its shape and hue, contributes to the overall beauty of the meadow. Some flowers bloom early, some late, some tall, some small, but each one plays its part in the symphony of nature. The greatest thinkers understood that life's journey is not a race, but a blossoming, a process of unfolding at our own pace, embracing our own unique rhythm.
Consider the gentle whisper of the wind rustling through the leaves, a soft lullaby that soothes the soul. The wind carries the scent of distant rain, the promise of renewal, the cleansing of the earth. Just as the rain washes away the dust and dirt, so too can we cleanse ourselves of self-doubt and embrace the fresh start that every day brings. The greatest thinkers knew that setbacks are not permanent. They are simply opportunities for cleansing, for renewal, for growth.
Imagine the quiet stillness of a mountain lake, reflecting the clear blue sky above. The surface is undisturbed, a mirror reflecting the peace and tranquility of its surroundings. Deep within the lake, life teems, unseen but vibrant. Just as the stillness of the lake belies its inner life, so too can our outward calm mask a wellspring of strength and resilience. The greatest thinkers understood that true strength lies not in outward displays of power, but in the quiet strength of inner peace.
Think of the soft glow of the setting sun painting the sky in hues of orange, pink, and purple. As the sun dips below the horizon, it casts long shadows, a reminder that even as one day ends, another begins. The greatest thinkers knew that endings are not finalities, but transitions. Opportunities for reflection and renewal. A chance to embrace the beauty of new beginnings.
Picture a clear night sky, sprinkled with countless stars, each one a distant sun, burning brightly in the vastness of space. The stars have witnessed the unfolding of time, the rise and fall of civilizations, the constant cycle of creation and destruction. They remind us that we are part of something larger than ourselves, something vast and eternal. The greatest thinkers understood this connection, this cosmic dance, and they knew that our individual journeys, though seemingly small, are woven into the grand tapestry of existence. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
As we delve deeper into the wisdom of great thinkers, we find a recurring theme of resilience. The ability to rise again, not with a burst of frantic energy, but like a gentle tide returning to shore. Think of the soft lapping of waves against the sand, a rhythm so constant, so predictable, it lulls you into a state of tranquility. Failure, these thinkers tell us, is not an ending, but merely a pause, a moment to gather oneself before embarking on a new path, a path perhaps even more beautiful than the one before. It is in these quiet moments of reflection that we discover our true strength. The quiet strength of a seed pushing through the earth, reaching for the sun.
And like the slow, steady growth of a tree, our progress might not always be visible, but it is happening, constantly and surely. The greatest thinkers understood this deeply. They knew that the journey to wisdom is not a sprint, but a long, meandering walk through a sun-dappled forest. There will be stumbles along the way, moments where the path seems obscured by shadows. But even in the shadows, there is beauty, the hushed beauty of the deep woods, where the air is cool and still and the only sound is the rustling of leaves in the gentle breeze. Embrace these moments of pause, for they are an essential part of the journey.
Remember the whispers of the wind through the tall grass, the soft murmur of a flowing stream. These are the sounds of nature's resilience, a constant cycle of growth and decay, of ebb and flow. Failure, like the changing seasons, is a natural part of life. Just as winter gives way to spring, so too will our moments of struggle give way to new beginnings. Let the gentle rhythm of nature lull you into a sense of peace, knowing that everything is as it should be, that even in the quietest moments, life is unfolding with a quiet, unwavering strength.
Embrace the stillness of a calm lake, reflecting the moon and stars. This stillness is a mirror to the peace within you, a peace that remains undisturbed by the ripples of life's challenges. The great thinkers knew that true strength lies not in avoiding failure, but in accepting it as a stepping stone on the path to growth. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, our lives will have periods of brightness and periods of shadow. Embrace both, for they are essential parts of the whole, the beautiful tapestry of existence.
Think of a vast, starlit sky, a canvas of infinite possibilities. Each star, a tiny spark of light in the vastness, represents a potential, a dream waiting to be realized. Some stars burn brightly, while others fade. But even the faintest star contributes to the overall beauty of the night sky. Just as every star has its place, so too does every experience, every success, every perceived failure have its purpose in shaping who we are. Embrace the vastness of your potential, knowing that you are capable of anything you set your mind to, with a gentle and patient persistence.
Like the gentle rhythm of the waves, the rise and fall of the tide, our lives have a natural ebb and flow. There are times of great energy and times of quiet reflection, times of achievement and times of apparent setbacks. The wisdom of the greatest thinkers reminds us that these are not opposing forces, but rather two sides of the same coin, two essential aspects of the journey of life. Embrace the quiet moments, the moments of reflection, for they are the fertile ground from which new growth emerges.
Recall the gentle warmth of the sun on your skin, the soothing embrace of a soft breeze. These simple sensations remind us of the beauty and peace that exists in the present moment. Let go of the worries of the past, the anxieties of the future, and allow yourself to be fully present in this moment of stillness. The wisdom of the great thinkers reminds us that true peace lies not in external circumstances, but in the quiet sanctuary of our own hearts.
As you drift off to sleep, imagine yourself surrounded by the gentle sounds of nature, the rustling of leaves, the chirping of crickets, the soft murmur of a distant stream. Let these sounds wash over you, carrying away any remaining tension or stress. Remember the lessons of the great thinkers, the wisdom of resilience, the power of quiet persistence. Know that you are capable of overcoming any challenge, of achieving any dream, with the gentle strength of a flowing river, carving its path through the landscape. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
As we continue our exploration of failure, let us drift back through time, imagining a world where great minds wrestled with similar challenges. Think of the quiet libraries, the candlelit desks, the gentle rustle of parchment, as philosophers and thinkers pondered the nature of setbacks. Imagine the soft glow of the moon, illuminating their thoughts, just as it illuminates ours now, as we rest here, in this quiet moment. Failure, in its many forms, has been a constant companion to human endeavor. It is a thread woven through the tapestry of history, a subtle shadow against the backdrop of progress. And yet, within these shadows, we find the seeds of resilience, the whispers of wisdom that guide us forward.
Yes, it's almost as though we can feel the presence of those great thinkers, their quiet contemplation echoing across the centuries. Imagine them walking through sun-dappled groves, or gazing at the steady flow of a river, finding inspiration in the natural world. They too faced moments of doubt, moments where the path ahead seemed obscured by uncertainty. They too knew the weight of unmet expectations and the sting of disappointment. But from these experiences, they extracted valuable lessons, distilling them into words of wisdom that continue to resonate with us today. Think of the gentle murmur of a stream, the quiet strength of a mountain, the steady growth of a tree. These are reminders that progress is not always linear, and that even in stillness, there is growth.
Picture these thinkers, surrounded by the quiet beauty of nature. Perhaps they sat beneath the branches of ancient trees, listening to the whispers of the wind. Or maybe they paced along a deserted shore, watching the rhythmic ebb and flow of the tide. In these tranquil settings, they found solace and clarity, allowing their minds to wander freely, to explore the complexities of life and the meaning of failure. Their thoughts, like the gentle ripples on a still pond, spread outward, influencing generations to come. Their words, carried on the breeze of time, reach us now, offering comfort and guidance.
It's a comforting thought, isn't it? To know that we are not alone in our struggles, that even the greatest minds grappled with similar challenges. Imagine the quiet rustle of leaves as the wind whispers secrets through the trees. Feel the gentle warmth of the sun on your skin, the soft caress of the breeze. These are the same elements that inspired those who came before us, the same forces that continue to shape our world today. Their experiences, their reflections, their wisdom, are all part of a larger tapestry, a continuous thread connecting us to the past and guiding us towards the future.
The world around them was a source of constant inspiration, a reminder of the cyclical nature of life and the inevitability of change. Just as the seasons shift and transform, so too do our experiences, our successes, and our failures. These thinkers understood that failure was not an ending, but rather a turning point, an opportunity to learn, to adapt, to grow. They saw it as a necessary part of the journey, a stepping stone on the path towards wisdom and understanding. Like the gentle sway of branches in a summer breeze, they allowed themselves to bend, but not break, in the face of adversity.
And as we drift closer to sleep, let's carry with us the wisdom of these great thinkers. Let us remember that failure is not the opposite of success, but a stepping stone along the way. Imagine the soft glow of twilight, the quiet hum of the night. Let these peaceful sensations lull you into a state of deep relaxation. The wisdom of the past, the comfort of the present, and the promise of the future all intertwine, creating a tapestry of peace and tranquility. As you breathe in and out, let go of any worries or anxieties. Allow yourself to drift on the gentle currents of sleep.
Let their insights guide us, reminding us that even in the face of setbacks, we can find strength, resilience, and the courage to continue moving forward. Embrace the stillness of the night, the quiet solitude of this moment. Allow yourself to be enveloped by a sense of calm and peace. The world outside fades away, and all that remains is the gentle rhythm of your breath. Let go of the day's burdens and surrender to the tranquility of the night. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams. Less than, person one greater than. Less than, person one greater than. Imagine a vast, silent forest, bathed in the soft, dappled light of a late afternoon sun. The trees stand tall and serene, their leaves whispering secrets to the gentle breeze. Think of how those trees have weathered countless storms, endured harsh winters, and yet they still stand, reaching towards the sky. Just like those trees, we too face challenges. We too experience setbacks. But these setbacks, these perceived failures, are not the end. They are simply a part of the journey, a part of the natural cycle of growth and resilience. We learn, we adapt, we continue to grow, just like the trees in the forest. Remember, the greatest thinkers, the wisest minds, have all faced adversity, and they have emerged stronger, wiser, and more compassionate because of it.
Let your mind drift to a calm, clear lake, reflecting the soft, pastel hues of the twilight sky. The surface is still, undisturbed, a mirror to the tranquility above. Think of how that stillness is achieved, not by the absence of ripples, but by their gentle fading, their gradual return to peace. Our lives, too, are like the surface of that lake. We experience moments of disruption, moments of what we might perceive as failure. But just like the ripples on the lake, these moments eventually subside, leaving behind a deeper sense of calm and understanding. Embrace the stillness, embrace the quiet strength that comes from weathering the storm. Remember, even in the face of adversity, there is always a return to peace, a return to tranquility.
Consider the slow, steady flow of a river winding its way through a valley. It encounters rocks, it navigates bends and curves, yet it continues to flow, ever onward towards the sea. Each obstacle it encounters only shapes its course, only adds to its character. Our journeys, our lives, are much the same. The obstacles we encounter, the perceived failures we experience, these are not roadblocks, but rather guideposts, shaping our path, leading us towards greater understanding and resilience. Embrace the journey, embrace the flow. And remember, even in the face of adversity, we continue to move forward, we continue to grow.
Visualize a vast, starlit sky, stretching out endlessly above you. Each tiny point of light represents a moment of learning, a moment of growth, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. Just as there are countless stars in the sky, so too are there countless opportunities for learning and growth in our lives. Some of these moments might be bright and shining, while others might seem dim and distant. But every single one contributes to the vast tapestry of our experience. Embrace the darkness, embrace the light, for both are essential to the grand design. Remember, even the smallest star can illuminate the path forward.
Think of the quiet strength of a mountain, standing tall and unwavering against the elements. It has witnessed the passage of time, the changing of seasons, the ebb and flow of life itself. And yet, it remains steadfast, a symbol of enduring strength and resilience. We too can cultivate this inner strength, this unwavering resilience. Just like the mountain, we can weather the storms, we can endure the challenges, and we can emerge stronger, wiser, and more grounded. Remember, the greatest thinkers, the wisest minds, have all drawn strength from adversity, transforming challenges into opportunities for growth.
Imagine a field of wildflowers, blooming in vibrant hues across a rolling meadow. Each flower is unique, each one has its own story to tell. Some might be taller, some might be brighter, but every single one contributes to the beauty of the field. Our lives, our experiences, are much the same. We are all unique, we all have our own individual journeys, our own unique stories to tell. Embrace your individuality, embrace your unique path, and remember, even in the face of perceived failure, your story is still being written, your journey is still unfolding.
Recall the gentle rhythm of the waves, crashing softly against the shore. They come and go, ebb and flow, a constant reminder of the cyclical nature of life. Just as the waves recede only to return again, so too do we experience moments of retreat, moments of reflection, followed by moments of renewed energy and growth. Embrace the ebb and flow, embrace the natural rhythm of life, and remember, even in the face of setbacks, there is always a return, always a renewal.
Picture a vast, open desert, stretching out as far as the eye can see. It might seem barren, desolate, but even in this seemingly empty landscape, life persists. Small plants find a way to thrive, creatures adapt to the harsh conditions, and beauty emerges in unexpected ways. Our lives, too, can sometimes feel like a desert, a place of challenge and hardship. But even in these challenging times, there is always the potential for growth, always the possibility of finding strength and resilience in unexpected places. Remember, even in the most challenging of circumstances, life finds a way. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Welcome to Calm Echoes Podcast, your gentle companion for peaceful nights. As the twilight deepens and the stars begin to shimmer, let us delve into part 6 of our exploration of failure, drawing wisdom from the greatest thinkers. Tonight, we drift through their insights like leaves on a slow-moving stream, carried by the current of tranquility. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Let the gentle rhythm of our voices lull you into a deep and restful sleep. Imagine yourself wrapped in a soft blanket of twilight, the world outside fading into a hazy, dreamlike distance.
The world outside fades, and within, a quiet space emerges. Think of a vast, starlit sky, where each tiny point of light represents a lesson learned, a step taken on the path of understanding. Failure, as we have explored in previous nights, is not an ending, but a turning point, a whisper in the darkness guiding us towards a new dawn. Imagine a single leaf drifting on a still pond, carried by the gentlest of breezes. It meanders, sometimes caught in an eddy, but always continues its journey. So too do we, navigating the currents of life, finding our way forward, even amidst the quiet stillness.
Imagine yourself walking through a field of soft, tall grass, the whispers of the wind carrying the scent of wildflowers. The path isn't always clear. sometimes hidden beneath the swaying grasses, but the gentle breeze guides you forward. The great thinkers, those whose wisdom we are exploring, understood this meandering path. They understood the value of those seemingly irrelevant moments, the quiet pauses, the drifting thoughts. These moments, like the soft rustling of leaves in the trees, are the spaces where new understanding can bloom.
Picture a single drop of rain falling on a petal, clinging there for a moment, reflecting the world around it before gently sliding off. Each experience, even those we might label as failures, holds a similar reflective quality. They allow us to pause, to observe, to learn from the intricate details of our journey. The greatest thinkers, like ancient trees rooted deep in the earth, understood that growth comes not only from reaching for the sun but also from weathering the storms, from embracing the quiet moments of reflection. Imagine the deep, steady rhythm of their roots drawing sustenance from the earth.
Think of a vast, silent forest bathed in the soft glow of moonlight. The trees stand tall and still, their branches reaching towards the heavens. Each tree has its own story etched into its bark, a tale of growth, resilience, and quiet strength. The thinkers we've studied, like these silent sentinels, remind us that failure is not a final destination, but a part of the ongoing narrative of our lives. Imagine the soft hooting of an owl in the distance, a gentle reminder of the peace that resides within the stillness.
Close your eyes and imagine a calm, clear lake reflecting the moon and stars. The surface is undisturbed, a mirror of the vastness above. Yet beneath the surface, life teems, a hidden world of growth and change. So too, within each of us, beneath the surface of our daily lives, there is a wellspring of resilience and potential. The greatest thinkers understood this inner strength, this capacity to learn and grow, even from the quietest, seemingly most insignificant experiences. Imagine a small fish breaking the surface of the water, creating a ripple that expands outward, then slowly fades, leaving the surface calm once more.
Think of a slow-moving river winding its way through a valley. The river carves its path over time, shaped by the landscape, by the obstacles it encounters. Sometimes, the river flows swiftly. Sometimes it pools in quiet eddies. But always it continues its journey towards the sea. The wisdom of the great thinkers, like the constant flow of the river, reminds us that life is a journey, not a destination. Each twist and turn, each perceived setback, is simply a part of the greater flow.
Picture a wide, open field covered in a blanket of freshly fallen snow. Everything is still and quiet, a world transformed by the gentle beauty of winter. In this stillness, there is a sense of peace, a sense of renewal. The great thinkers understood the importance of these quiet moments, these periods of reflection and introspection. They understood that from the stillness, new growth can emerge, just as the first flowers of spring push through the thawing earth. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Imagine a vast, quiet forest, bathed in the soft, dappled light of a late afternoon sun. The leaves rustle gently in the breeze, a whisper of tranquility carried on the air. Think of the countless trees that have grown tall and strong, weathering storms and seasons, each with its own unique story of resilience. Just as the trees bend and sway, adapting to the forces of nature, so too can we adapt and grow, learning from the challenges we face. Failure, like a passing storm, may leave its mark, but it doesn't define the entire landscape of our lives. The wisdom of great thinkers echoes through time, reminding us that setbacks are merely opportunities for growth, moments to pause, reflect, and emerge stronger, wiser, and more deeply rooted in our own strength.
Picture a calm, still lake reflecting the soft hues of twilight. The surface is undisturbed, a mirror to the peaceful sky above. Beneath the surface, however, there is a world of constant movement and change, a hidden ecosystem adapting and thriving. Our journeys, like the currents within the lake, may sometimes lead us through unexpected depths. We may encounter obstacles and setbacks, moments that feel like failures. Yet, these experiences are not the end of our story. They are simply part of the larger, ever-unfolding narrative of our lives, opportunities to learn, adjust, and discover new depths within ourselves. The greatest thinkers understood this, recognizing that failure is not a destination, but a stepping stone on the path to wisdom and self-discovery.
Consider the vastness of the night sky, dotted with countless stars, each a beacon of light in the immensity of space. Some stars burn brightly, others fade and flicker, but all contribute to the overall beauty and wonder of the cosmos. Like these celestial bodies, our lives are part of a larger tapestry. We may experience periods of brilliance and moments of dimming, times of success and times of perceived failure. Yet each experience, whether bright or dim, contributes to the richness and complexity of our individual narratives. The wisdom of the ages reminds us that failure is not an absolute. It is merely a relative point in our journey, a moment of transition, a chance to recalibrate and discover new constellations of possibility within ourselves.
Think of a gentle stream flowing effortlessly over smooth stones, carving its path through the landscape over time. The water doesn't resist the rocks it encounters. It flows around them, adapting its course, continuing its journey towards the sea. Similarly, we should not resist the challenges we face. Instead, we can learn to flow around them, adapting and growing with each obstacle we encounter. The great thinkers understood the power of yielding to the currents of life, recognizing that what may appear as a failure is simply an opportunity to redirect our flow, to discover new pathways, and ultimately, to deepen our understanding of ourselves and the world around us. Remember, every twist and turn in the stream adds to the beauty and complexity of its journey.
Imagine a wide, open field covered in soft, swaying grasses, bathed in the golden light of dawn. The gentle breeze whispers through the blades, a soothing melody of tranquility and peace. Just as the grasses bend and sway with the wind, so too can we learn to adapt and flex with the changing circumstances of life. The great thinkers understood this inherent flexibility, this ability to yield and adapt without breaking. They knew that what we perceive as failure is not an ending, but simply a bending, a moment of resilience, a chance to discover our inner strength and emerge stronger, more adaptable, and more attuned to the rhythms of life.
Picture the slow, steady growth of a mighty oak tree, its roots reaching deep into the earth, its branches reaching towards the sky. The tree has weathered countless storms, endured harsh winters, and yet, it continues to grow, stronger and more resilient with each passing season. Our lives, too, are marked by periods of growth and challenge, times of flourishing and times of seeming setback. The wisdom of the ages reminds us that what we perceive as failure is not a measure of our worth, but simply a marker on our journey, a point of learning and growth. Like the oak tree, we can draw strength from our experiences, deepening our roots and reaching for greater heights.
Think of the quiet strength of a mountain, standing tall and unwavering against the elements. It has witnessed the passage of time, the shifting of seasons, the ebb and flow of life itself. Like the mountain, we too can cultivate a sense of inner stillness, a deep wellspring of resilience to draw upon during times of challenge. The great thinkers understood the importance of cultivating this inner strength, recognizing that what may appear as a failure is simply an opportunity to tap into this reservoir of resilience and emerge stronger, more grounded, and more deeply connected to our own inner wisdom.
Imagine a vast, serene ocean, its waves gently lapping against the shore. The tide ebbs and flows, a rhythmic cycle of change and renewal. Our lives, like the ocean, are in constant flux, experiencing periods of high tide and low tide, moments of advancement and moments of retreat. The wisdom of the ages reminds us that these fluctuations are not signs of failure, but simply the natural rhythms of life. Just as the ocean finds its equilibrium, so too can we find our balance, embracing the ebb and flow of our experiences and trusting in the inherent wisdom of the natural world. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Imagine a vast, silent forest, ancient and still, where sunlight filters through the canopy, dappling the mossy floor. The air is cool and clean, carrying the faintest scent of pine and damp earth. Just as the trees in this forest have weathered countless storms, bending but never breaking, so too can we navigate the challenges life presents. Failure, seen in this light, becomes not an ending, but simply a bend in the path, a redirection towards a new growth. Think of the resilience of nature, the persistent flow of a river finding its way around obstacles, and allow that image to soothe your mind.
Picture a calm lake reflecting the moon and stars, its surface barely rippled by the gentle night breeze. The stars, though distant, offer their steady light, a quiet reassurance in the darkness. The great thinkers understood that setbacks are not signs of inadequacy but opportunities to learn and adapt. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, our journeys too have their ebbs and flows. Embrace the tranquility of this scene, the soft stillness of the night, and allow yourself to release any anxieties you may be holding. Let the lessons of resilience and persistence wash over you, bringing a sense of deep peace.
The world's wisdom traditions, like ancient rivers carving their way through stone, remind us that failure is an intrinsic part of the human experience. It's not a destination, but a stepping stone, a moment of reflection, a chance to refine our approach. Think of a single leaf falling from a tree in autumn, returning to the earth to nourish new life. This natural cycle of growth and decay offers a powerful metaphor for our own lives, reminding us that endings can also be beginnings. Let this thought settle gently in your mind, bringing with it a sense of acceptance and quiet understanding.
The whispers of the wind through the trees, the gentle murmur of a stream, these sounds of nature offer a calming rhythm, a soothing balm for the soul. The greatest thinkers throughout history understood that true strength lies not in avoiding failure, but in facing it with courage and grace. Just as the earth continually renews itself, so too can we draw strength from within to overcome challenges and emerge stronger, wiser, and more resilient. Let these comforting thoughts lull you into a state of deep relaxation, releasing the weight of the day and embracing the tranquility of the night.
Imagine yourself walking along a deserted beach, the soft sand beneath your feet, the rhythmic sound of the waves washing ashore. The vastness of the ocean reminds us of the infinite possibilities that exist within us. Each wave, like each experience, shapes the shoreline of our lives. Embrace the ebb and flow, the constant cycle of change, knowing that just as the tide always returns, so too will opportunities for growth and renewal arise.
The soft glow of twilight, the gentle hum of crickets, these subtle sounds and sensations create a sanctuary of peace and calm. The wisdom of the ages whispers to us that true success lies not in the absence of failure, but in the lessons learned along the way. Just as the stars emerge after the sun sets, so too can we find new clarity and direction after periods of darkness. Allow yourself to drift deeper into relaxation, embracing the tranquility of this moment, knowing that you are held and supported by the wisdom of the universe.
The soft rustle of leaves in a gentle breeze, the quiet chirping of birds settling in for the night, these simple sounds can create a sense of profound peace. The great philosophers understood that life is a journey, not a destination. Just as a river flows towards the sea, encountering bends and curves along the way, our path too will have its twists and turns. Embrace the journey, knowing that every experience, whether perceived as a success or a failure, shapes who we become.
Picture a field of wildflowers bathed in the warm light of the setting sun. Each flower, unique in its color and shape, contributes to the beauty of the whole. The great thinkers understood that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our courage to try, to explore, to grow. Embrace your own unique journey, knowing that every step you take, every lesson you learn, contributes to the tapestry of your life. Allow yourself to sink deeper into relaxation, releasing any lingering tensions and embracing the tranquility of the night. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
Imagine a vast, silent forest, ancient trees standing tall and still beneath a canopy of softly rustling leaves. Think of the countless seeds that fall to the earth, some taking root and thriving, others returning to the soil to nourish the very ground they landed on. Not every seed becomes a mighty oak, yet each plays a part in the intricate dance of life, contributing to the quiet harmony of the forest. The thinkers of old understood this ebb and flow, this gentle cycle of growth and return, and they found solace in the natural rhythms of the world around them. They understood that failure isn't an ending, but merely a redirection, a gentle nudge towards a different path.
Like the smooth stones shaped by the tireless flow of a river, we are constantly being molded by the experiences that touch our lives. Sometimes the currents are swift, sometimes they are slow and meandering, but always they are shaping us, refining us. The greatest thinkers understood that setbacks, what some might call failures, are simply part of this continuous sculpting process. They are opportunities for reflection, for growth, for finding new and unexpected paths towards a deeper understanding of ourselves and the world we inhabit. Let the gentle murmur of the river lull you into a peaceful state, and release the need to strive for perfection.
The moon doesn't always shine with the same intensity. Sometimes it's a bright, guiding light, illuminating the path ahead. Other times it's a soft, ethereal glow, a comforting presence in the darkness. Just as the moon waxes and wanes, our own journeys are filled with periods of brightness and shadow. Embrace the quiet moments, the times of reflection, for they hold valuable lessons. The wisdom of the ages whispers to us that failure is not an ending, but a gentle invitation to begin again, renewed and refreshed.
Picture a vast, starlit sky, stretching endlessly above you. Each tiny point of light represents a world of possibilities, a unique path waiting to be explored. Some stars burn brightly, others shimmer faintly, but each contributes to the breathtaking beauty of the night. The great thinkers understood that our journeys are not linear, but are filled with twists and turns, like the constellations scattered across the heavens. Allow yourself to be guided by the soft light of the stars, and know that every experience, even those perceived as failures, brings you closer to your own unique destiny.
Think of the gentle waves lapping against the shore, endlessly ebbing and flowing. Sometimes they crash with force, sometimes they caress the sand with a delicate touch. Like the tides, our lives are filled with rhythms, with periods of activity and rest, of striving and surrender. The ancient philosophers knew that failure is not a sign of weakness, but a natural part of this rhythmic dance. It's an opportunity to retreat, to gather strength, to prepare for the next incoming tide. Let the rhythmic sounds of the waves wash over you, and release any lingering anxieties.
Imagine the quiet stillness of a snow-covered landscape. Beneath the blanket of white, the world lies dormant, waiting for the return of spring. Just as nature embraces periods of rest and renewal, we too must allow ourselves time to heal and regenerate. The great thinkers understood that what may appear as failure is often a necessary period of dormancy, a time for introspection and growth beneath the surface. Embrace the stillness, the quiet moments, and trust that new life will emerge in its own time.
Consider the vastness of the ocean, its depths teeming with unseen life. We see only the surface, the waves and the currents. But beneath lies a world of mystery and wonder. The greatest thinkers knew that our potential is like the ocean, vast and largely unexplored. Failure isn't the end, but a chance to dive deeper, to discover the hidden strengths and resilience that reside within us. But let the immensity of the ocean remind you of your own boundless potential, and release the fear of the unknown.
The sun rises and sets each day, a constant reminder of the cyclical nature of life. Just as darkness gives way to light, so too do periods of difficulty give way to new beginnings. The wise ones of old understood that failure is not a final destination, but a turning point, a moment of transition. It's an opportunity to learn, to grow, to emerge stronger and wiser from the shadows. Let the gentle warmth of the sun fill you with a sense of peace and hope, and know that every sunrise brings with it the promise of a new beginning. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.
The whispers of history tell us tales of resilience, of those who stumbled and rose again, stronger and wiser. Think of the vastness of the night sky, dotted with stars, each one a testament to the constant cycle of creation and destruction, just like the ebb and flow of our own lives. We learn from the great thinkers that failure is not an ending, but a stepping stone, a gentle nudge in a new direction. It's a pause in the symphony, a moment of quiet reflection before the music begins anew, softer perhaps, but with a deeper resonance. Embrace the stillness of these moments. Let them cradle you like the gentle sway of a hammock under a willow tree. Let these lessons from the past seep into your being, a soothing balm for the anxieties of the present.
Imagine a smooth, gray stone resting on the ocean floor, tumbled and smoothed by the ceaseless rhythm of the waves. It has faced the relentless push and pull of the tides, yet it remains, a testament to endurance. The greatest thinkers understood this constant flux, this dance between success and failure. They knew that setbacks are not defeats, but opportunities to learn, to adapt, to grow like the slow, steady climb of ivy up an ancient wall. Allow yourself to be like that stone, shaped by experience, resilient in the face of adversity, finding peace in the constant rhythm of life. Remember, the path to wisdom is rarely a straight line, it meanders through valleys of challenge and peaks of triumph, a gentle, winding road leading to a deeper understanding of ourselves.
Just as a single drop of rain can nourish a tiny seed, so too can even the smallest victory following a setback ignite a flame of hope within us. The great philosophers and poets understood this delicate balance, this interplay of light and shadow. They recognized that failure isn't a chasm but a bridge, a pathway to a different perspective, a new beginning. Embrace the quiet strength that comes from knowing that every experience, every perceived failure, is a lesson whispered on the wind, carried on the gentle currents of time. Allow yourself to be guided by these whispers, to find solace in the knowledge that you are part of something larger than yourself, a continuous, ever-evolving tapestry of existence.
Picture a vast, silent forest, where ancient trees stand tall, their roots intertwined deep within the earth. They have weathered countless storms, their branches reaching towards the sky, a symbol of unwavering strength and resilience. The wisdom of the ages echoes through their leaves, a gentle reminder that growth often follows periods of dormancy, just as spring follows winter. Embrace the quiet solitude of these moments, allow yourself to rest and recuperate, to gather strength for the journey ahead, knowing that even in stillness, there is growth, just as the silent forest continues to thrive, even in the deepest slumber of winter.
Think of the vast, open expanse of the ocean, its surface sometimes calm, sometimes turbulent, mirroring the changing tides of our own lives. The great thinkers, like lighthouses on a distant shore, illuminate the path forward, reminding us that even in the midst of the storm, there is a constant, steady beacon of hope guiding us towards calmer waters. Allow yourself to be guided by this inner light, this inherent resilience that resides within you. Embrace the knowledge that you are not defined by your setbacks, but by your ability to rise above them, like the waves that crash against the shore, only to recede, leaving behind a sense of calm and renewal.
The world around us is a constant teacher, offering lessons in resilience, in the art of letting go and beginning again. Observe the gentle sway of the tall grasses in a meadow, bending with the wind, yet never breaking. They embody the wisdom of yielding, of adapting to the changing circumstances, just as we must learn to adapt to the ebb and flow of our own lives. The great thinkers understood this inherent flexibility, this ability to bend but not break, to find strength in vulnerability. Allow yourself to be like the grass, swaying with the rhythm of life, finding peace in the constant dance of change.
The quiet strength of the mountains, standing tall against the horizon, reminds us of the enduring power of resilience. They have witnessed the passage of time, the shifting of continents, yet they remain. A symbol of steadfastness, of unwavering strength. Embrace this sense of groundedness, this connection to something larger than yourself. Remember, the greatest thinkers understood the importance of perspective, of seeing challenges as opportunities for growth, like the slow, steady uplift of the mountains, reaching ever higher towards the sky.
Close your eyes and imagine the soft glow of the setting sun, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, a gentle reminder that even as one day ends, another begins. The great thinkers understood this cyclical nature of life, this constant interplay of beginnings and endings. They knew that failure is not the opposite of success, but a part of it, a necessary step in the journey towards growth and understanding. Allow yourself to be comforted by this gentle rhythm, this constant cycle of renewal, finding peace in the knowledge that every ending brings the promise of a new beginning, just like the rising sun after the stillness of the night. If you find this episode comforting, please consider liking and subscribing. Thank you for listening. Sleep well and sweet dreams.